Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing good. And I have to excuse you guys for the background noises here. Yeah, I got a lot of pets and stuff. So thanks, thank you guys for joining me tonight, and welcome. And I think I said hello to most of you already in the chat. So hi Ali and Ginny. I'm not sure if anyone else is watching. Anyone I haven't seen yet? I don't think so. So I'm going to get started. Can you guys? I'm using a new program, so I hope you can hear and see me properly. And if not, if the microphone is working and stuff like that, I'm going to guess that you are. So, well, I'm going to get started for tonight. Tonight's topic will be about um, signs that spirits can manifest in a way. I did take my notes with me this time to make things clear to you, or otherwise as a way to confirm things, or yeah, confirmation, send you, or maybe something that you need to pay attention to, get your attention to them, even just little signs. Mostly, and this tonight is I'm going to be mostly talking about confirmations and how you can use that in your own work with spirits. So, because that's mostly my own experience, I'll be telling you a few things about my experiences with this. And yeah, for instance, well, like most of you that have been working with spirits for a while, you will know that it can be a bit, like, spirits can be very vague at times. It can be a bit skeptical, and it can be very hard to determine if you're understanding things correctly, or maybe some of it could be like in your head, or you can like, maybe your brain is sort of in your way, so to say. Like, you're not sure if you're here, if you're in the spirit, or if it's you, and things like that. So yeah, I can imagine. I'm probably not the only one dealing with that, or sometimes some things are just so out there that you like to get sort of a confirmation, like if you get it correctly and things like that. So what I usually do, if the spirit tells me something, and I think it's a bit weird or hard to believe, or maybe I'm not, or if it's something very important, like I have to be sure to get it right. And so what I usually do is I write it down. I write down what I understood from them and how I understood it, or ask them. Oh, mostly I make a little bit of a combination of that. Like I ask them to read my mind as well and repeat. Okay, so this and this is what you said. Is this correct? And I ask them for a sign to tell me that I got it correctly. And well, they'll tell me that, okay, I will show you this and that. And it has worked quite well for a few times. So I'd like to tell you a few stories on that. And I'm not sure if anyone has anything to say. Well, I think the chat is always a bit slow. There's this, a bit of a lag, as usual. Anyway, so yeah, one of the things, the first times that this worked for me was with King Paimon. And this was during one of my very first evocations. I think it was actually the first evocation that I did. And I wanted to be sure that it was really him I was talking to, like not some sort of imposter or whatever else, or it was not some sort of messed up bullshit, whatever. And that he was being serious. So I asked him for a sign, and I asked him, "What will you show me?" And he said, "I will show you a crown." And I think I already told the story in another video last week, but I'm going to repeat it again just for the sake of it. So yeah, he would show me a crown, and the next day I went for a walk and with my dog, and I went past this building site, like a new building site that wasn't even actually there before, like something just got deconstructed, something like that. Not sure if that's the usual English word, but I think it's called the destructed. Yeah, like the building got torn down, and so there were some trailers put there for um, building stuff, and people had put on some graffiti overnight, and it was a big crown. And well, I'd say usually the crown is not something you see as some sort of graffiti tag. So that was a very clear sign, and I immediately knew like this is King Paimon telling me that you got it right, you heard me right, I'm here, and this is me. So, and another one, a very clear one that actually has to do with that very location, also about King Paimon, is that well, for that first evocation, I went to get some offerings, and I was very last minute, so I went to a night shop to get him some nice. I got him some nice beer, and on my way back from the night shop, I took an alternative route, and I probably was already like having doubts, like, is this gonna work? Is he really gonna come over? Like maybe I'm gonna fail, or and I obviously I had done some research on him beforehand, and I ended up on someone's blog who said King Paimon may be connected to this ancient Arab, like pre-Islamic spirit named Arsu. So on my way back from the night shop, um, I took this different route, and I walked past this new shop that had just been opened, and the shop was called Arzu, like just spelled slightly differently. And yeah, I thought it was very interesting, very exciting too. Like I knew that moment, like this evocation is going to go well. He is already here, so to say, already waiting for me. And yeah, so that's the experiences I've had with King Paimon on this. He's pretty good at it actually. Like another time, this one was for a pack that I was doing for someone else, and I was I because this was a case where it was very important that I got it accurately because it was not for myself. I was felt responsible for other people. And he would show me a red balloon. And I kept waiting for that red balloon to appear. And it took a long time. But eventually I had to, the thing was that I had to sort of rewrite the whole thing with more confidence. Like you said, you got it right, and now you have to, like, I should write the whole, the thing. Like, he's very much a spirit that, he's a perfectionist. So me writing a fact for someone else was kind of like his way of teaching me on how to do that. So he didn't send me the sign initially, like at first, because he thought like I had to be more confident. So I had to rewrite the fact with confidence and without having doubts, and then ask him for the sign. And we did it like a few days after. Suddenly, I saw a car appear with a red balloon, this one red balloon on the back of it, like as a decoration on like not a real balloon, but it was like a print, and it was in front of my house, standing still like that. So that's when I signed it, like had the fact signed, and I knew I did it correct. I had it done correctly this time. So I'm gonna have a quick look if there's any new comments. I think not. Either that or it's just very slow. Usually slow here. If anyone has any questions or all right, you're listening. If anyone has any questions or comments on this or wants to add in, it would be nice. I'm having these live chats would be kind of a nice thing to interact a little bit, share. So, so feel free to share any of your own stories on here, and that would be very nice. So another thing I'd like to mention, well, actually, the very reason why I made this video about this topic had to do with Belial. This was a few days ago, and well, of course, we know Belial has a bit of a reputation, but he told me something that was quite, well, you'd say big or a bit baffling, maybe, like hard to believe. So that was a few months ago already, and I didn't really know how to take it. Like, is this just my brain messing up, or is he messing with me? Is he actually is he joking maybe? So again, I asked him for a sign, and he said he will show me a blue door. A blue door too, as a sign that he is not joking, and that he's like, this is really him saying this, and I'm not making it up. I'm trying to say a bit like in the correct in view a little bit. I think my camera is moving. That's what you get if you take your phone onto your thing. That's sorry, making things up on the go, I guess. But it's working somehow, and I hope it will stay attached. So yeah, the blue door. What he did first is I dreamt of a blue door. Like I dreamt of a blue door that was floating in the water, and there was a wolf on top of it. I always get these weird dreams. But so yeah, but I was like in dreams, like a sign in a dream, it didn't count for me. And I did thank him for, in case it really was him, but I said, yeah, it has to be more like I'm asking for a clear physical sign, something tangible that is in this realm. So, and this is one of the things that also I've been hearing about it. Like sometimes you need to stop waiting for things to manifest. If you forget about it and then it starts happening. So I had forgotten about it, just letting it go. I thought maybe, okay, maybe the dream is all I'll be getting as far as time goes from him. I mean, I can see how he could be like, screw you, you got it, you got your time. I'm not going to do anything more than that. But so I think yesterday or like two days ago, I'm on Facebook, and like there's this Facebook. I think in English it would also be called something like marketplace or Facebook shop, like market where people sell stuff. And so I see one of them, like I see that there's a new notification, and I was just curious, like what are people selling? And among one of the recommendations for me, like single, was someone in my area selling a blue door. And I took a screen capture of it. Like, okay, this is the sign I needed to get from Danielle. It was so very clear. I mean, who sells a blue door online and exactly the same, the right color, everything. So I think he's really outdone himself there, having someone sell a blue door. So yeah, that's the reason I'm making this video, like this sort of last push, and also because this can be so helpful if you keep this as an option. Like it really works. They can really do this for you, and if you have doubts on what you're receiving, this can be a really good way to verify things, at least for yourself. Of course, you don't really have any hard proof or evidence, but I think it can really make things a lot easier when it comes to all the vagueness that comes with this area, so to say. And I still have plenty of stories to share. I'm not sure if you guys are still up for another one, or if you'd like to add anything yourselves. Otherwise, for anyone who's joining in later on, you can always maybe add something in the comments. It's all these kind of things are interesting to share, I think. So next, I'd like to tell you guys something about Lucifer. He had quite, he had a very elaborate way of sending me a sign. Hey, J. Doc Merrick, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Hi, and thank you for joining. So Lucifer, once again, it was a case where he told me something that I wasn't sure if it was right, if I understood it right. So the next day, and my friend who is involved in this probably has no idea I mean, unless he watches this, I think if he watches this video, he will know, like, for the first time. But that's okay. Um, so the next day, I had like a little party, like so go to with my friends, a concert and an after party. So Lucifer told me that as a sign, he will make my friend wear a blue top, like or I'm sure you guys are gonna have to excuse my English. I mean, this is not my native language, so I'm translating it. Only go. It's like a sweater or just any clothes for the top. So that's too much information, but it is quite um, it is an important part of this story, so to say. So I couldn't leave that out. And with that usually comes like stomach pains and stuff. So I wasn't sure if I would be going out that night at all. And I told my friend I'm gonna see like how it goes, and maybe after the concert I will go home. Or and usually these pains are very like quite unbearable for me. But like maybe like half an hour or 1 hour before the whole concert started, my pains were gone. Like it's gone. And so my friend came to pick me up. And I was looking at what he was wearing, and I couldn't see anything blue. So that was a bit like that was a bit of a bummer. Like, okay, maybe I failed at this one. And well, I enjoyed my night, and as it turns out, I felt good enough to go out after the concert. And because it got pretty late, my friend was staying at my place. So, and it was a miracle on its own that I was feeling good enough to spend the whole night going from one place to the other and just partying and stuff. So my friend and I come back home, and he takes off his um, sweater he was wearing, and underneath it was a blue T-shirt. So this was like it was all planned out, like this grand gesture of things, and so I knew like I had to I had to go to the party. I had to be healthy and like feel good enough to last the whole night, and to see that my friend takes off his sweater and that he was wearing blue underneath. And that was the first confirmation for me, because otherwise I probably would have just gone home or stayed home and never saw the message at all. So yeah, and another one that I have on Lucifer, it's a bit smaller actually, but one of the things that after like I've been working with him for a while, we got this thing with swans, like swans being kind of his thing. So there was this moment that I was just walking my dog, and I was having some doubts about things. And I go like when I'm on my way back home, I see this folder like a paper swan, like this origami swan, just at the intersection at the corner of my street, just in the middle of the street, like someone put it there. I mean, who does that? And I see I got some messages here, beginning with Abaddon signs. I'm not sure what a mower man, mower, what is that? Lawnmower guy. All right. We don't have those here. I think that's like I said, like that's actually a job. I think in the U.S. is a lawnmower guy. So he had this. So I think Lotus and King has to do with Abaddon. Yeah, that's very interesting. But sometimes you yeah, it's even your thoughts. It's like thinking something, and you look around, and in a place where you are can be a sign as well. Yeah, you do. You have large lawns here. We don't. Over here, we just have these small patches of gardens. Especially in the cities, it's all tiny compared to the U.S. So yeah, I got one more to share if you're interested. It's one about Azazel, and yeah, Azazel. I'm still looking at the notes I got. Azazel once told me he would send his sign would be a ladybug, and so I went to have lunch with my father, like that weekend. So and again, I walked to the restaurant, and I took an alternative road back. There's always something with these signs that, like, when they're gonna send me a sign, I take an alternative route. So and I have been waiting for this ladybug for a while. Like, I mean, sometimes you get sort of um, impatient if you're used to spirits like doing things quickly, but this one took him some more time, obviously. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is orbs or flies. There's lots of stuff going around here. Could be anything. This is an old house, so it's a haunted house too. So probably if you were to put any sort of special cameras on here, you'd see lots of stuff. Maybe that's another topic I can talk about. Like there's so many things that happened in this house, and it used to be quite like poltergeist. So it used to be very scary, but now it's all calmed down. So yeah, about the ladybug. So I um I was walking past it. I think it was in school or something, and on the sidewalk, the pavement, we have this. Well, the pavement here in the Netherlands is usually made of like stone, like tiles. So it's about this size, each tile. Mm, yeah. And so one of these big tiles, I actually stepped on it, and I looked down, and I saw like it was decorated with a big ladybug. Like there was a ladybug painted on the tile, and I stepped on it. Just like I didn't even no, that sort of trip actually. That was even because usually I don't look down at where my feet are. So I tripped and I saw that I stepped on the ladybug, and a few meters away were like were playing cards, not tarot cards, but playing cards. They were also very significant to the whole thing that the theme or the topic that Azazel and I were talking about. And that's, I mean, when we find playing cards on the street, aligned like just like that, like it was first two playing cards and then the ladybug. And I was quite baffled, but also very amused. It took it some time, but it was very clear, like Azazel style, I'd say. He's gonna, he may take some time, but he's always gonna come crashing through, make me fall over, like bam, it's in your face, right there. So yeah, I think I kind of shared all the stories I have for now. I hope to be sharing a lot more as I'm continuing on my path. And see if there's anything going on in the chat. Ah, yeah, and dreams, that's a good one too. For, like it really, as in it hits you, the bird hitting you or things like that. I once had a duck hit me some time ago, but I don't think that had anything to do with spirits. Well, one weird thing that I had, I'm seeing this mess here right here. It's full of boxes. I'm sorry. Oh, this is all sorts of messy stuff. Oh well. So yeah, um, like earlier this summer, I suddenly had very maybe close to something. I don't think it is really. I had rats showing up everywhere, like really showing up and looking at me. Just sometimes even following me for a while on the street or in nature. Some of them were dead, some alive. Like, I thought maybe there's like a. It could be that maybe there was a bit of a rat problem. I don't know. Maybe not, but the fact that they were looking at me and sometimes really one of them was very clear. Like I stood still and I was with my dog. The dog wanted to, of course, kill that rat, but the the rat was not at all impressed or scared. He was just he or she, whatever it was, just sitting there along the water line, the shoreline of the lake. Was it a lake? And it wasn't really a lake, or a pond. And just quietly sitting there, and it literally sat down to have a look at us, and it was like sniffing the air to get closer like that. And for me, it felt like I was kind of bonding with that wild rat over there. And then it jumped into the water, swam to the other side, and then it continued to follow us for a while, just along the shoreline. It was really nice. And also another one that I connect to Shinyaza. I kind of think the rats are connected to Shinyaza too. I always sort of connect them as some sort of animal or nature spirit. So yeah, there was another one where I was asking him for rain. If you've got fish in your face. That's really cool. So I think J-Dog just has some sort of animal magnet, maybe like in their face with like, yeah. Oh, Wisdom Yellow was quite interesting too. So this summer we had we had a big drought. They call it drought like when there's no rain and stuff. It was really bad, like very hot weather and no rain. And it was getting like a bit scary. Like people were starting to get worried. So I asked Semyaza for rain, and this wasn't my first time doing something like that. So he gave me like a few things to do, like some sort of a ritual in a way, and I did that. And of course, again, I wasn't really sure. Like, did he really help me out? Did I get it right? Did I do it right? And so um, again, after the ritual, I walked my dog, and I had this very big, I think it was a raven or a crow. I think the bigger ones, like, are the ravens are the bigger ones, so it was a raven. And again, it did something really weird. Like it was it dropped, like it went hunting or something, and it dropped whatever it had in its beak, and it went back a little, but it dropped it like near us, and then went back, and then returned to us again, and it was like sort of it was looking me straight in the eye, like for probably a minute or so. Like it was really getting my attention first by moving in this weird pattern, and then I think to reattach it. And if it drops down, then I'm sorry for that. I'm probably gonna have to call it a day anyway. I have to move very carefully. So I well, I'm just gonna hold it with my hand for a while. Yeah, this works out. Sorry, guys. So yeah, I think that turned out to be Shamyaza, and he did spectacularly help out with the weather. It was like so messed up. That was so he sent a thunderstorm. He actually, well, I made 3 bottles for him, and you can actually hear me better now. How is that? That's weird. Maybe because I'm sitting closer, but yeah, this is not a very comfortable position for me. I mean, yeah. So, yeah, there was a very big. I actually made a post on that on Facebook. How it was actually a bit messed up because someone died in the storm, like the 3rd storm that he sent, and I felt a bit guilty about that. But on the other hand, I realized maybe it was the person's time to go, and he did help out. Like the rain was really needed, so there was that. Yeah, I'm sorry about the sound being bad. I didn't know that. It's something I have to. I need you guys to help me on that. Maybe so, yeah. Well, I did find out later that I don't think so because right here the thing, the magic, it's not really that big. Most people here are atheists anyway. And then I'll just see. It's not working. So yeah, I'm happy to be on live as well. I will make up like a good system for this. Maybe you better take next time. So I'm gonna call it a day, and thank you guys for joining in. And good night, everyone. See if anyone still has anything to say. I can hold up my arm a little, maybe a little longer. This is not very comfortable for me. So if anything, I will get back to you later on. And, thanks for watching, and good night, everyone. Of course, I need to find the off switch. So again, good night, everyone.